So AEW, you you were there
Yeah.
on Blood and Guts night, and we didn't see you shed any blood.
No, I wasn't going to either, Bill.
No, but you had a lot of guts getting in the ring there. The fans loved you. The fans remembered you so much. Even the younger fans. I saw one fan that I think they shot on TV had a little Ricky the Dragon Steamboat outfit on or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but people don't forget legends like you. So tell
Uh,
us what it was like from when you got there backstage all the way to your interaction with FTR, and you still look like you still got it.
well, pretty much everywhere I go, whenever it's a wrestling event, it I get a lot of respect. It's very nice from the new guys, and a couple of the old timers that still may be hanging out, and especially and a lot from the staff. It surprised me in Greensboro the reaction I got because I'm thinking,
Huge.
yeah, it was 30 plus years ago that I retired,
Mhm.
but and I was thinking, 70% at least of the fans weren't even born by the time I retired, the
Yeah.
30, but when I do a lot of these convention signings, I'll get an 8-year-old kid that'll come up to me to get my autograph, and he'll start talking about the match I had with Flair or the match I had with Savage.
Amazing.
And I said, "You weren't even born yet." And his dad's standing behind him, and his dad will say, "Well, Ricky, I've always been a big fan of yours. So my son and I have watched many, many matches of you. I can go to YouTube and watch matches, and now you've become my son's favorite wrestler, even above some of the newer guys that are active today." But
So
yeah,
great.
it's always nice. It's always nice.
So tell us about the AEW experience.
The first class operation, I think. I know Tony Khan does a lot for the boys. As his father owns I think, what is it, the
Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jags.
Yes.
And when I first talked to Tony a few years back, he said that he wanted to do the wrestlers like the way his dad does football players, and that is, with any kind of retirement plans or hospitalization coverage and stuff like that. That, as you know, Bill, we never had any of that.
I know.
So, and I just talking to the few of the wrestlers backstage, and they say, yeah, he takes care of us. It's real good. I do question some of the storylines that they like to, bring forward.
What, Blood
But
and Guts being one of them?
yeah, I didn't care to, God bless those girls, that was in that match, but I didn't care for it. You know, I don't know if it was just too much. Um, I thought personally, I don't know, they had 16 girls in there or
Mhm. Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
That there's just too much going on. Over in this one corner, two girls are doing something, two, three girls doing something in the middle of the ring. Then you go to the other ring and two, three girls are doing something. Uh, you couldn't focus on anything because there was just so much going on.
Yeah.
And for me, it's hard to react.
Right.
You know,
Right. It was quite bloody as well.
yeah, yeah. Some of them girls, I never talked to them afterwards. I'm sorry, but how many times did they have to do that in their wrestling career? I would think a lot of them, it might have been the first time, right?
It was, yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
First time
So,
they've done a women's one. Was there anyone in the on the card that you looked at and you said this talent is like fantastic?
um, I'm sort of a fan of Samoa Joe.
Oh, of course. You know, he's been around the block so many
Yeah,
times and he seems ageless.
yeah, yeah. He's got a mix of old school, new school. He,
Yes.
he came along. Um, unfortunately, because I don't watch very much of today's wrestling, even with the other company. Um, I watched the opening matches, and I think those two matches, they might have had two warm-up matches before they aired,
Yeah.
and I didn't like the work, much less of not having much ring psychology, but it's very, very loose to me, and it's maybe because of me being able to look from the outside looking in and knowing what I know. It looked too choreographed. There was when you're out there dancing with your partner and you have to be in step because you're in a dance contest, which you practice for hours and it's choreographed. A lot of what I saw, it looked too. I wanted it to be a little bit of throw some rawness in it. Give me a stutter step, or everything just looked too fluent. Lock up, duck under, go behind, take down, get up. The other guy does a switch on you, and it was just there was no struggle. You know,
Yeah.
give me the old timers taught me is when I was going into from a headlock, swing around to a top wrist lock. Uh, when I did it the first time, because he had the headlock on loose, all of a sudden I've got his arm up here by his head into a top wrist lock. And he forcibly took it back down. And what did he wanted me to do back in the locker room? He showed me, he said, when I got that headlock around your neck, take that arm and we slowly work it up, and maybe you get it halfway, and then I get it back.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those moments in which the heel goes, not now, Ricky, not now. And so work it. And finally you get it to where you're up in your top wrist lock. But, just to go, boom,
It's a different style. It's a different psychology. It's everything
yeah.
fast.
And grant you, Bill, a lot of the new fans that watch this generation don't understand what you and I are trying to talk about right now,
Yeah.
about, why do you make everything look so easy? To me, it comes across too choreographed. I don't mind the choreograph, but give me some effort on, trying to get an arm out from around your head.
Yeah. Sure. Absolutely.
It's just the little details, but
Those little things. The one guy in that company that I look at to be a future major superstar is Kyle Fletcher. Did you
yeah.
see him that night?
I'm just backstage.
Okay.
I didn't see what he was involved with.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a major star. So you got in the ring with FTR.
Yeah, yeah. I had a
Tell us what that was like.
well. Let me back up real quick. 2 years ago, I had like a last match, and I was in a 6-man, and those two guys were my tag team partners.
Remember?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had my hand in training those guys when they were at the. I believe it was a school when WWE had it in Tampa before
Yeah,
they
the
moved.
Performance Center.
Yeah, before they went to Orlando.
Right.
So, great guys, and we talked through a few things, and I said, I told, I forget their name, the one that was poking me in the chest. He said, everything you do to me, I want it to be firm.
Yeah, great.
Don't just tap me because you want to respect Ricky Steamboat, and you don't, out of respect, you just want to lightly tap me. I said, I want you to tap my shoulder, okay? And then when I look down at your tap, I want you to take your hand and jack my jaw up and say, look at me when I'm talking to you. And I said, I want you to be firm with that little clip on my chin. And I said, you never know when there might be a camera doing a close-up, which on the screen, the only thing you see are two faces. And if they see you just lightly pull my chin, you know, I
Then it's
want,
lost.
yeah, I want you to make it firm. You're not going to hurt me because I already know it's coming. If it was out of the blue, right? But I know, I just, I like to work snug. I like to work firm, So when I give you a shove, it's going to be a shove. Don't expect any pity pats. But
Okay.
it was enjoyable. Yeah.
Ric Flair was unfortunately not able to appear on TV. I know he came out earlier in the evening. It's unfortunate because a lot of fans wanted to see the two of you together. So
Yeah.
whatever's going on with him, we hope for full recovery soon.
Yeah. I know that when he was leaving Greensboro, the next day he had an appointment something set up to where I have some MRIs looking at his rotator cuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
You know,
Nature Boy always seems to kick out and come back again.
he's amazing.